class, welcome to Healthcare Informatics. I'm very excited to be teaching this course again. It's in a little bit different format this semester. Of course, it's all online class. You do not need to be coming into a certain room. So I just wanted to give you a little preview of what our page looks like so far. As you can see, you're going to have different weeks. And I'm going to actually have these hidden one per week so that you're not looking ahead too far, but as we get going, we'll know our pace, and I think we'll have just enough to do each week. So again, healthcare informatics goes across the board with many different types of professions. And, you know, solely I used to focus on nursing, but really nursing works with multiple different healthcare entities. And so healthcare informatics is a lot more broad than when we first started bringing this to educational curriculum. So of course, on the top, we're going to see a little bit information about my office hours. Since it is an online class, I do have online office hours. And this is just for scheduling purposes. So these are my Google calendars. You can click on those. This is when I'm in person. If you are on campus and wanted to drop in, that's fine, but I don't expect that. Wednesday and Thursday, I do have some online office hours, and of course, Friday by appointment if you need to. There might be times during our few weeks that we might say, hey, let's do some drop-in sessions. So I might have that option available per week, depending on what we're talking about. You'll find the syllabus here, and the rubrics that I'm going to be posting per our assignments will be right there. The main rubric for our discussion is in the syllabus as well. Course resources. This is interesting. My first time not having a book. Not saying I don't use resources and books, but I found that with things changing all the time in healthcare, especially informatics, that we are going to go directly to research articles. We're going to go directly to the national organization websites. It's going to be more of, I will provide you with the meat and potatoes, and then you're going to go and expand that knowledge. So really having an extra book, an extra resource, an extra fee is not really applicable right now to informatics. So I kind of wanted to get you to the main things that you need to learn. And, you know, you are a resource in this class. So we want your opinion. And so I made a wiki so we could just add some really fun resources that we're finding as we're going through our discussions. So don't worry, you will be prepared. I just wanted to have an opportunity that we could share together on this platform. More course information. This is just the basic stuff that you're going to see on any Moodle page. And then how about we jump to the first week? How about I go, if you don't mind, I will go through a little bit of our syllabus. Let me just pull that up here. Yeah, it might be easier if I just click on syllabus. All right. So hopefully you can see what I see now. Let me stop my screen sharing for a second. Okay, now you should see what I'm seeing. All right, so again, because we're an online platform, we will probably not be meeting in person, but I do have the obligation to post any type of safety guidelines that the university has for you this fall. So maybe this will be applicable to more to other coursework, or if you were meeting with me in person. So we do want to make sure that we are following the CDC, and we'll actually have some discussions about COVID-19 and the data and the healthcare informatics part of that. So this is actually applicable still to us, even though we're online. Wearing a face mask covering, of course, anytime somebody is feeling ill or is their personal choice, but regardless of vaccination, university still takes a stance on all that. You will notice in the healthcare field that we are masking all the time. So I say we because I come from the background of being a health professional. I'm in the clinical field as a registered nurse. And so we have an obligation to protect our community. Hand hygiene, personal, social responsibility, and health monitoring, that's all up to the individual to maintain. And as we go down, we're going to look at some recommended texts for this course. So a lot of my material in the past has come from McGonagall and Mastrian. And so this is coming from a nursing informatics viewpoint. So if you have that, there is also a great book, the healthcare informatics version from these same authors. So if you wanted a more broad sense, it kind of had like a simplified version of this initial book. So this is the book that kind of got this course going a little bit different direction. Now we are at the stage where any type of health or science course, we are using APA. So if you're used to MLA, please see the librarian. I will have references and outlines posted. So if you're very new to APA formatting, please review this or email me and I can help guide you through it. We could do a Zoom or an online session. Another good book to have is the Essentials of Nursing Research. Of course, I will have online resources for you. You do not need to purchase any of these. Even the APA manual has an online tutorial. So again, just if you are a printout version type of person, these are here for you. So what is this course? We are going to gain a basic understanding of healthcare informatics, its application to not only education, but research, practice, anything in the healthcare professions. We're going to look at computer literacy, computer sciences goes with that. Informatics has a lot of information literacy and overall just competencies. So we're going to see the American Nurses Association take a stance on this. We're going to see a lot of the health informatics corporations and organizations. So a lot of task force within that. And so I didn't list all those, but our basic purpose is to get you an understanding of healthcare informatics. So you'll definitely gain a lot of new insights, some things you might have learned from other coursework, but these are the course outcomes. So again, nursing is a strong influence in this, but we also have Canadian, outcomes, as well as the health informatics, technology, information. So they have education reforms and competencies related to curriculum. So course objectives follows the 9 essentials of healthcare. So we are going to develop a solid base liberal education, looking at nursing science, library science, computer science, cognitive science. We're going to identify and validate data. How do we get it? How do we store it? Analysis of evidence-based practice. Research has a big part of this. We're also going to develop and disseminate information that we receive in knowledge. So we're going to look through the cycle. How does that all work? How do we make decisions? And then healthcare policies is huge. Financial and regulatory bodies that help direct our technologies that we have. And then we have really good activities as well, with looking at current events and maybe trends along the way. So we'll have activities related to that. Technology PowerPoint presentation is in a group presentation, but that helps meet our communication and networking together. And that's important, especially in this field. You are working with, computer science, biology, a lot of different disciplines, to get the information to create systems that are more effective for patient care. And a lot of research involved with that. And then we're going to develop education materials. So we might have some group activities with that, lots of discussions. So we are meeting a lot of our institutional learning outcomes as well. So you're going to be doing some formal communication. A lot of it's written, but we do have some recordings that we'll be doing for a group presentation. We're going to be using evidence. Nothing better than just finding the actual research itself. So a lot of our discussions will be research-based. And then professional responsibility. It is an online course, so we will want you to demonstrate respect to each other, understand respect of the material that we are learning, and try to problem solve. We do want solutions. We want to be proactive. So we're going to have discussions. We're going to have some weekly quizzes. They're not going to be too bad. It's going to be on any of the material that we covered. Of course, I would have weekly videos to help you with that as well. So this weekly quiz is like a formative and a summative assessment. It helps me understand how fast we're moving, if I need to slow down or work on another subject. So think of it as just another learning tool for you. Case studies, especially in telehealth. That is a big case study we're going to be working on, is how to reach people. How do we use our technologies to increase health awareness? We will be doing kind of like a database paper. I'm going to be changing it up from previous semesters with a different rubric. So every time we have an assignment, you'll see the rubric in that week. We're going to have a mini group paper that's off of your main project. So it's going to be a little bit different focus again, and then peer evaluation. We use this grading scale. This is pretty standard throughout a lot of the health and behavior courses on campus. Course policies, of course, we want you to be on time and satisfactory. So if things are late, we're going to have, reductions from your final grade. But keeping up on material weekly should be straightforward. Changes in the syllabus. This could happen. Maybe we realize that things are really busy around midterm, so we might bump things back. We might adjust our timeline. So anything I do adjust, I will definitely put out a Moodle email and on that week, and also in the syllabus, it will say the date that it was updated and what was updated. So you won't be out of the loop. The only way you would be out of the loop if you didn't log in. So please keep an eye on that every week. And of course, I'm not going to change it too much, but there might be something that comes up, maybe a weather issue. I don't know. We're online, so I don't anticipate too many issues. We might have actual guest recordings. Yes, we are not going to have guests come in. We're not an in-person environment, but we might have a virtual guest speaker. I have some classmates when I went to school that are now nurse informatics, or working in IT, or working in a lot of these areas that we're going to be talking about. So I'm really excited to have a Q&A session with some of them, and your input will be participation, making questions, responding in maybe a discussion, or I would probably be the one interceding with that. So we'll definitely have an opportunity to do some interactive things. Quiz policies, again, weekly quizzes. It would just be great to just keep calendar, and your Moodle calendar too would be helpful to make sure that you're on top of that. I will drop the lowest score, so that is a big portion of your grade. This is just, again, APA guidelines. If you wanted a format, if you're kind of struggling with your discussions, think about the quality of writing, anything that you're adding to it. So if you're just saying, yes, I agree with so-and-so, you're not really adding to that discussion. So this rubric really helps you understand the quality of your discussion. The content is important. Spelling errors. So maybe writing it out on a Word document first and then uploading it. Always save your stuff. I can't stress that enough. Always save everything that you have on a file or print it out. Virtual presentations, some of these dates I will be updating, but by week 12 or 13, you will be finalizing your presentations, and we'll have actually 2 weeks because we have a larger class, but we'll have a couple weeks to be reviewing all these presentations, and I will be making sure that we're prepped along the way. So it will not be something, oh, at the end of the semester, now we're cramming it in. No, it's just there because we have to get through all the material first. So you have to understand what informatics is first before you do a big project. So that's kind of why it's toward the end. University policies, I'll let you guys read it, but of course, if you're having troubles, you need to pay attention to timelines, add drop policy. That is all on there. I did put some topics, some APA citation stuff there. Sorry if I'm going too fast. Voice thread is how we're going to do our group project. And then weekly quizzes will be due Sundays by 5 p.m. and initial discussion posts due on Fridays. So we do want to make sure that you're getting that first discussion in by a Friday, and then any responses by that Sunday. So most everything's going to be due by Sunday at 5 p.m., but just try to get initial discussions like your posts done by midnight. Tentative course outline will be on the last two pages here. So I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of that, and I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. And we're actually I'm gonna pull up our Moodle page one last time. All right, we're back. So let's just go to week 1, since that is all set up. So anytime I have an introduction, glossary items, they're gonna be right on top. They might be under a resource. So this week, you have 2 assignments. You are going to watch these videos and then pay attention to the instructions and do the discussion 1. And you're also going to go into the introductions database. And it is a very complex application, I'm going to call it, but all I want is a picture of you and a brief title. So you do have to go under the actual title field. That's the only way it really presents clearly. It doesn't hide over the picture. So just tell me your name, interests, and your major. So keep it simple. I did put an example, and yes, it is my dog. So you will see that when you go in. But again, I just wanted to kind of give you a quick preview of what you would see for your coursework here. And just to know that these tabs you probably won't see tomorrow or this week. I mean, just because I'm going to have them hidden as I'm loading different things in it for the week. But it will be open usually a week in advance. So we should be pacing together. We should be doing discussions on the same weeks. So even though you have the syllabus and you have everything on that, I just want you to kind of pace yourself through this course. So again, welcome. Glad you are taking this class. I hope you get something out of it, even if you don't plan on going into healthcare or informatics type. But this is a resource that you don't see enough in undergrad. And you see a lot of master's or graduate work in informatics. And so the whole goal of this is to get you ready for the workforce and not to be scrambling while you're in it. So again, thank you for your time. And I'm going to stop screen sharing. All right. So again, thank you for your time.